Welcome back to the channel. My name is Thomas Fletcher and I'm the host of the LCSW network. If you're new to the channel, please do me a favor by smashing that like button, by sharing this video with your social work colleagues and friends, and by subscribing to this channel. Okay, so the purpose of this channel is to create a community of hope and support where social workers can come together for relevant news, information, and inspiration. Okay, so let's get to today's topic. So the Board of Behavioral Sciences just released some new information for those of you who are associates, whether you're an associate clinical social worker, MFT, or professional clinical counselor. So let's get to it. Okay, so the name of this policy announcement is Order Waiving Face-to-Face Training and Supervision Requirements. Please note that this waiver was previously set to expire on November 2nd, 2020. It has now been extended through December 31st, 2020. Pursuant to the Governor's Executive Order N-39-20, during the current state of emergency, the Director of the California Department of Consumer Affairs may waive any statutory or regulatory requirements with respect to a professional license issued pursuant to Division II of the Business and Professions Code. This includes professional licenses issued by the Board of Behavioral Sciences. The Director has granted the Board's request to waive the following: the component of BPC sections 4980.43.2 D, as well as sections 4996.23.1 F and 4999.46.2 D that only permits associate marriage and family therapists, associate clinical social workers, and associate professional clinical counselors to obtain their required weekly direct supervisor contact via video conferencing if they are working in an exempt setting. An exempt setting is defined as a government entity, a school, a college, or university, or an institution that is both nonprofit and charitable. BPC sections 4980.36 D1 B 2 and D1B62 for MFT trainees and 499.33C3K for PC trainees that specifically requires provision of face-to-face mental health services in order to complete required practicum hours. So what does this mean? So for associates, the waiver means that regardless of the type of setting they are working in, including private practices, associates are not required by law to meet with their supervisor in person during this state of emergency. Instead, they may gain their required weekly direct supervisor contact via two-way real-time video conferencing. For trainees, the waiver means that MFT and PCC trainees are not required to provide in-person, face-to-face mental health services in order to meet their practicum hours, and instead are able to meet this requirement using telehealth. Let's go over, there's 3 FAQs in this policy update. Does the supervision waiver apply to trainees also? Current law does not specifically address supervision of trainees via telehealth. Therefore, the board is interpreting the law to also allow supervision via telehealth for trainees. Under this interpretation, the waiver applies to trainees as well. It remains the responsibility of the supervisor and the school to determine if supervision via telehealth is appropriate for a particular trainee given individual circumstances. FAQ number 2 is, how long is the waiver effective for? This waiver was previously effective until November 2nd, 2020. However, it has now been extended to be effective through December 31st, 2020. Third FAQ in this policy announcement is, may I supervise or receive supervision via telephone? Supervision via telephone is not permitted because it does not have a video component. Supervision must be two-way, real-time video conferencing. All right, well, there you have it. So for our associates who are members of the LCSW network, you now have this information. Let me know your thoughts, and I will also leave the direct website so you can look at the PDF for yourselves. But I want to thank you all for watching this video, and again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Please smash that like button. Please share this with your LCSW colleagues, with your ACSW colleagues, with your AMFT colleagues, and your APCC colleagues as well. I want to thank you all. I want to ask you all to continue to take care of and support each other and yourselves. Bye for now.